All right. So last time we were talking about Chi-Sao. We'll go back to Chi-Sao. How's it back? It's back. Okay. It's just from standing too much, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Still feel sore or? Okay.
I feel like I need to stretch that. I need to get back to the gym.
Yeah, I was away for almost 3 weeks. No, let's see. I left on the 7th of March and got back on the 26th. So it's almost how many days is it? 26, 19 days. Yeah. It didn't work out, you know. Oh, and I ate just whatever I wanted. It's terrible. Okay, so Chi-Sao to us is basically not just a means to an end, but it is the end itself, which a lot of people find that odd, because everybody thinks about, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to use this to get to where I'm going. Okay, so for example, it would be like using this move to get to here. Okay, so this is the real attack. For us, every movement, whether your arm is on the bottom or on top, is about defending or attacking. It's just a mindset. Again, we have this concept of intentions and actions. Okay, so if you think you're defending, then you're defending. If you think you're attacking, then you're attacking. The movements themselves are meaningless unless the mind gives them a meaning. Okay, so rolling. There are two ways to change. Whether you are changing. Let's step back a little bit. You are doing double change or single change, right? Double change will be one after another, right? Okay, basically, you and I are doing the same thing in different order. Okay, so if I'm change, I start. Okay, then you finish. Right, this thing. Right. So we can do a full change, which is both roll on top and bottom. Okay, I go from top to bottom. You go from top to bottom. That's a full change. Half change means I only go completely bottom. Either by my choice, by your choice. Okay, you can say, okay, I'm going to let you stay on the bottom. Right? So you don't change. Or when you change from top to bottom, either hand, I stay. I don't change with you. So each person can contribute to the rolling. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. Okay? So in Chi-Sao there are four positions. There are only four positions. Both hands on top. For you, see, both hands on top. For me, both hands on bottom. Okay? And then I can get left on top, right on bottom, or I can get left on bottom, right on top. Right? So there's only four options. Right? Okay? So you start. Okay, you start. Now you close arms on bottom. Okay? Now I start. Both my arms are on top. Okay? And you can start to the right. So in this case, when the person with both arms on top can choose to stay, can choose to go one arm on bottom and one arm on top. Or she can choose to go both arms on bottom. So right now, both of my arms are on top. Right? In this case, I can just go one arm. or I can go both arms. Both arms. Right? But the changes themselves are opportunities for attacks. Okay? You can attack as is, which means your arms don't have to go up or go to the bottom. You can attack as is. But you can also attack when you're changing, whether you change from top to bottom or bottom to top. Okay, so let's do single, for example. Okay, so right now, I am only, my left is on top. Your body's on top. The person on top can attack and defend. The person on the bottom can also attack and defend. Right? So, in every role is an opportunity. I can attack when you're in Chi-Sao. I can also attack when you're in Chi-Sao. Okay, so it's this role. Okay, so I'm looking. Chi-Sao, 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 Chi-Sao. Okay, so I'm going to attack when you're in Chi-Sao, right? Chi-Sao, and then Chi-Sao, Chi-Sao, and Chi-Sao, Chi-Sao, and Chi-Sao. Back to rolling. So when I'm rolling, my mind is neutral. I'm neither defending nor attacking. But at any given time, I'm going to attack. Back to rolling. Okay? I'm going to attack again. Back to rolling. So basically, I'm looking at your arm positions. Whether your elbow is on the bottom, or when your elbow is on top. So basically what we're saying is that it doesn't matter which condition or which situation we're in, we can always attack. So some people may say, but you're not attacking. Well, when they make that statement, it's because they're thinking you didn't get to your target. That's the interesting part. Just because I didn't reach my target doesn't mean I didn't attack, right? Who says every attack has to connect? If the person is well guarded, your attacks have no effect on him because he defends really well. But it's afterwards that's interesting. Okay, so it's just a precursor or a setup for something that will happen in the next move or next. Your subsequent attacks or your follow-ups, right? So, likewise, the person on the bottom can also attack. So right now, on the bottom, remember when I'm on top, I'm looking at your Chi-Sao Chi-Sao. When I'm on the bottom, I'm looking at my own Chi-Sao Chi-Sao. Right? See, I'm looking at my own Chi-Sao Chi-Sao. So I can attack when I'm in Chi-Sao. I can also attack when I'm in Chi-Sao. Okay. Even though I did not succeed, but that's not the point. I'm still attacking. That is the importance of the mind of this concept of Chi-Sao is not a means to an end. It is an end itself because as I'm rolling, I can attack and defend. Okay, so that was defending. I mean attacking. Okay, right? So I'm attacking as I go to Chi-Sao. I'm also attacking as I go to my Chi-Sao. Except Chi-Sao now is elbow down. In the form of a Fuchsia rather than a Chi-Sao. Okay. All right. So now you're on top. You're looking at my Chi-Sao, Chi-Sao. Every time I turn to Chi-Sao, you can attack. Every time I turn to Chi-Sao, you can attack. Right? Right? See, that's Chi-Sao attack, and then that's Chi-Sao attack, like this. Chi-Sao attack and Chi-Sao attack. Chi-Sao. Right, and you get Chi-Sao. See? Okay? Right, so attack like this, attack. Attack. This way. And then this way. Okay? Right. switch back to being neutral and being offensive. Okay. Because the advantage of a person who is on top, okay, again, our folk style is very different from most people's folk style. Our folk style is pointing at the center line of your partner rather than away. Most people do this. Okay? This is not wrong, just the traditional way. But to me, the fingers are pointed aside. Right? They're pointing away from you. But this way, they're pointing at the center line. Okay? So from here, you can quickly turn into defensive or offensive. Because all you have to do is say, this is the middle, right? Now, palm facing up, facing down, back to neutral. Neutral, facing right, facing left, or facing up, or facing down. Very quickly. Very quickly, I can turn this seemingly neutral position into an attack, or an attack, right? Either way. Right? An attack, and an attack. Back to palm, neutral. Attack, and attack, and neutral. Okay? So you do it. That's right, when I mean bounce out. That's right. Tansa. Right. Bounce out. Tansa. Bounce out. Tansa. Bounce out. Tansa. Yes. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. Bounce out can attack. Right. And when I mean tansa can attack. Yep. And once you get the concept, you can attack any time. Yep. Yes. Okay, so that's from attacking point of view, offensive point of view. Likewise, the person on the bottom can defend. The person on top can also defend. So I'm on top, right? And you're attacking, right? You're attacking me as you're going to your bound stop. You can also attack as you go into pan stop. Okay. Let's just say, let's jump back, let's step back a little bit. Say I'm only going to, defense has two different types of defense. One is proactive, one is more reactive. Okay. Proactive means you control the arm before it can do anything to you. Right? It's like now the two countries are at war, okay? So this guy's about to have a conflict. So country A say, I'm gonna cut off your supplies before you can launch an attack. So we're going to cut off your resources. You don't get food, you don't get ammunition, okay? So that way you can attack me. So that's a very, very proactive way of defense. You're making the first move, not offensively, but defensively, to ensure that your resources are drained. But eventually you can't last too long in a war. Okay? Same thing with defense. So I'm on top of it, right? So here again, I'm looking at the bomb stop and the tan stop. So I'm going to say, since the person on top is looking at the person on the bottom's tan stop, bomb stop, say, I'm going to control as he gets into a tan stop, right? Either controlling the elbow or controlling the wrist. Okay. So, and I can also control the elbow and the wrist as he goes into way, or control the wrist this way. So, as he goes into a Chi-Sao, control wrist, control elbow. As he goes into Chi-Sao, control wrist and control elbow. So this needs to be done in complete contact with the other arm. That's called sticky, right? By able to control the elbow and joint is an application of the concept, joint concept, right? So right now, all you're going to do is control my wrist as I go into my Chi-Sao, right? Right, okay. Right, so the thing is, when you go into a Chi-Sao, you want to make sure you don't pull towards you. Yeah, if you want to pull, you pull away from me, or you push towards me. Okay? Yes. Right. So this is always also the way to control his arm. So eventually, he cannot use that arm to attack. He's like cutting off the resources of the country, so he cannot get a reward or cannot use that against you, right? This side, same thing. So this concept is called joint concept. You're controlling my wrist joint as I turn into a Chi-Sao. And as you can see, if you pull me to the side, I lose structure. And controlling your opponent's structure is what the game is about. If he's losing control, which is what we call failing shape, he has to recover. In the process of recovering, he can only be concerned with gaining his balance rather than attacking you or defending himself. Just think about regaining the bottom, restructure, right? Same thing, if you push me, as you I get to I have to gain my structure. See? That's failing. And this is recovery. See, that moment of recovering is my weakness. Try in process. So let's go back to the structures, what we call shapes. We always want to be in control of our balance or our structure. We call it balanced shape. We want to always keep our opponent in a state of recovery by him be forever in this situation we call failing. So we want to be in balanced shape. We want him to be in a failing shape, so he has to recover. Okay? Because when he's recovering, he's concerned about his balance, his structure, and he's vulnerable. Okay? So again, you pull or you push, yin and yang. Right? Alright, let's go back to here. Now you're going to control my elbow as I go into Chi-Sao. Now, the Chi-Sao, sorry. Okay? Right, exactly. Okay? Because the joint concept says if you can control my elbow, my wrist, you can control my elbow. Because these are joints. Right? In fact, controlling someone's elbow is the best way to control his whole structure. Okay, so play with it, see how it feels, how it compares to by controlling my wrist, by pushing towards my center line, or pulling away from your center line. Okay. See how you recover, right? Did you see a difference? By pulling the wrist, so the conclusion is this. On the upper body, we have three joints: shoulder, elbow, and wrist. When you control the elbow, you basically control all three joints. For most people. For us, it's not an issue. Okay? But for most people who don't understand joint concept, controlling his elbow, you are able to control his whole body. Okay? So either you push towards me, towards my center line, or push or pull away. Okay? Now, compare that to the difference. Okay, now, step as you push towards me. So now it's even more effective because now you're using your body weight together with the strength of your arm to execute that movement. Okay, so a lot of time by controlling someone's see, as you spin, then you spin out of it. The key is to always push towards the center line. That's basically a way for people to control someone who's unruly. Right? So, for example, at your wedding, right? And someone got drunk, just kind of got a little out of control. But he's harmless, but he's disruptive. You know what I'm saying? You can't just knock him out or break his nose to teach him a lesson. You want to escort him quietly away from the crowd so the rest of the guests can have a good time. So you cannot just chop him with throw whatever like that, right? So you have to, right, by controlling his structure. Right? He's not going to go willingly because he thinks he's having a good time, but even if he drinks too many, right? So you don't say, so you just say, okay, follow me, right? He's not going to follow you, he's going to pull, right? And then you see, you can always control him. Okay, see what I'm saying? As long as you understand the concept, it doesn't matter how he tries to wiggle out of it, you can get him out. Right? Alright? That is really the peaceful way, the very nice way to escort him out so he can sober up if we get back to the party. Okay. So more, it's the same thing with the bouncer. A bouncer cannot just knock someone out or do something harmful to injure the customers because he could be a repeating customer. If you piss him off, or if you injure him in the process, he could sue you in the establishment. And you lose a customer along with his friends. Okay, so it's, so there's an art to being a bouncer. It's the same thing, controlling someone who's maybe a little out of it for one reason or another. That's the one with controlling him. Okay. All right. Same thing. Controlling my elbow joint as I turn into the Chi-Sao. Good at this side. Okay, you're when I go down, if you just do neutral, actually it's a little bit, yeah, you should be pushing towards me slightly. Yeah. That's it. Good. Okay, so that's controlling the wrist and the elbow as I turn into a Chi-Sao or elbow down. The left side, to your right side. Now you're going to control my wrist as I go from Chi-Sao to Chi-Sao. Yes. Right, there you go. Only the wrist as I turn to Chi-Sao. Be part of my movements. As I go right now, not afterward, because afterwards I'm in the process of turning back to Chi-Sao. Okay, so you gotta go for turn right here to blend with my movement. Okay, so I'm just rolling. Okay, see right there. Okay? Okay. Right as you turn. Okay. There you go. I have to feel this pressure. Right? And as you go from Chi-Sao to okay. Yes. Ah, there you go. That's it, yeah. Don't be afraid to put a little more pressure. There, yes. See, what I feel is right here. This being stretched. Okay? Yes. The thumb. Right, there you go. Good, this side. Now, that's it. Yes. More elbow. Yeah. Right, so you can see the push and pull concept will work always. Elbow. Yeah. More elbow. Yes. Good. Okay. All right. So the next one is I'm on the bottom again. This time, as I come up, bounce out, you control the elbow instead. Yeah. Push towards me. Right. So this one I can't see. Yeah, I can't see. Right. All right. More sticky. Yeah. And now, as I go into it, and going back, yes. You kind of, what happens is, if a person is very, very sensitive to energy, anything you do before you're about to do something, you give it away by doing something other than ordinary. Okay? So you have to be very receptive. You don't do anything differently until you're ready to go. Okay? So what I detect was like, okay, he's ready, he's getting ready to do something, right? So you don't want him to, right? And now. So basically he made it happen for you. You're just being tight here. Okay? So as you go, see that? Your arm slide. 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 Alright? My elbow doesn't move. Okay? Okay? So let me help you, yeah, do the work in my openings and my thing. I'm getting so fat. All right. Mhm. Take your time. All right. So if you have the very subtle forward energy, it's going to happen. This energy cannot be too stiff. We call it pliable. See, you're not pushing. Okay. If you're pushing slightly, see that? That's gotta happen. Push. And yes, there it is, easier, right? Mm-hmm. Yes. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Good, this side. Mm-hmm. Good. Very good. You know, and then the process of doing this, we realize that if we don't move, pushing the elbow up is kind of difficult. So we say, well, what if I add a step to make it easier, right? So from here, I step to the side, all right? See, as it goes up, you step it. So you just keep rolling, roll and roll. Okay, the other side, same thing. Just step as you go up. Because my arm is sliding down with you, sliding down as you come up. There you go, rolling. Okay, and this eventually will, if the other arm is on the bottom, like this, right? So eventually will be like this. Because we know when I'm in Chi-Sao, I can attack the Chi-Sao. See, by itself is looks like this. This by itself is like this. Together they look like this. Okay, so that's why single and double. First you learn the single sticking hand, then you do the double. So basically, one hand is defending, the other hand is attacking. It's just as simple, right? Okay, so we talked about being on the outside, controlling the wrist, controlling the elbow, both from Chi-Sao point of view, his Chi-Sao and his Bonsai. He can control the wrist when his elbow is up. He can also control the wrist when it's down. He can control the wrist when the elbow is also the elbow and the elbow, right? So you're on top and go through all four, okay? First, wrist and elbow when I'm in Chi-Sao, and then wrist and elbow when I'm in Bonsai. Okay, next one is wrist and elbow when I'm in Bonsai. More elbow. Good for you. Again. Yeah. Okay, good. And then elbow. controlling my elbow and my wrist. Meanwhile, keep a steady settle for energy. And then the elbow. Come on. Good. Side, same thing. Control my wrist and elbow when the elbow is down. Controlling my wrist and elbow when my elbow is up. Just now, make some. Good. Side movement. Good. Good. Very good. You want some water? Room temperature or cold? So we talked about defending when we are arms on top, controlling by looking at, so just remember, whenever you're doing Chi-Sao with someone, because your Fuxao is constant, it doesn't change. Whether you're doing the traditional way or the modified way, your arm doesn't change. The person who's doing the changing is the person on the bottom. So when you're on the top, you look for his Tanzan Bangsao. When you're on the bottom, you look for your own Tanzan Bangsao. Okay, so let's go back, let's go into, when you're on the bottom, how would you defend? We talked about how to attack, right? Tanzan Bangsao. Right? Now, same thing. If I want to control someone's wrist, when I'm on top, Tanzan, you control it, right? So I can control it to the side when I turn to Tanzan. I'm just changing directions because the intention is in actions, right? So my intention is forward, 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 sideways, or forward, 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 and backwards, right? So that's by using Tanzan. I can also use Bangsao. That's second form, right? Because I'm thinking Bangsao forward, Bangsao backwards, Bangsao forward, Bangsao sideways, which is a Lansao. Right? Forward, 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 sideways, forward, important, I see this a lot in videos, when they do rolling, their bonsai tends to look like a lansao. But bonsai elbow is higher, lansao is this, okay? So it's good to have that habit of always doing proper bonsai when you do it, because bonsai is more than just, you see people do this, you do this, rather than high, down, up, down, because this has a lot of implications. Because this can turn into an attack, right? So you go forward and then downward, which is the third form, right? Okay, so all these things translates from the forms into reality. Okay, so from here, you're on the bottom now. Okay, so you can control the wrist by using hand sao. You can also control the wrist with palm sao. Okay, so first control the wrist with your hand sao. Right, and of course that's a preemptive strike, because the reason you do that is for this. Right? Everything you do has to have a reason. You don't just do it for doing it. There's a reason for that. Okay. And I maintain that subtle, pliable forward energy. But when you move my arm to the side, I don't struggle with that, because it's a lost cause. I just stay connected, which is the purpose of sticking hand. But once you're connected with the other person's arm, you're able to feed off his energy. Well, there's a reason he moved my arms out of the way so he can expose my center line. But as long as I'm stuck to him, I'm able to come back, right? So you do a tan sao sideways, and then you're coming back. So you all have to follow me, right? Now you get to see the wonders and the genius of Chi-Sao and the genius of the nun. Okay. First of all, elbow down, elbow up. It came from yin and yang. Up and down. See? But if someone opposes this, you go to this. If someone opposes this, you go to this. Okay, so case in point, this is a very good experiment. Okay, so when you use your energy to go to the side, you're the one using the force. I'm yielding to that force, to that energy. Okay, now the same principle is going to come into play. As my arm is being moved out, and you are attacking my center line, what happens? I'm going to come back to center line. See the genius? It goes from elbow down to elbow up, because now you are facing my energy, my force. And you became this. So when you come back to attack, I said, no, I'm going to guard my center line by using energy to push you. As I'm pushing you, I became the force, and you yield by turning into a bonsai. You see how this is the beauty of Chi-Sao and bonsai. So that's why Chi-Sao is about Chi-Sao and bonsai, because within this ever-ending changes, all the possibilities are there. Okay? So, as I mentioned last time, to go from tan sao to bonsai, we have to go through lan sao, right? Tan, lan, bong. So we don't have to go into a complete tan sao, bong sao to accomplish that. So I'm here, right? I am forcing you. When I come in, I need this force. I need this force because you're pointing back to me. And you can, remember, the person on top can attack. So as I'm attacking you, that's when I am most vulnerable. You can attack back. Okay? Remember? These. Yeah, this, right? So when I'm attacking you and I feel the attack, I'm turning to a lanza. Yeah. I guided away. When I use force, you yield. So when I'm attacking you, you use force to attack me back. Then I yield again. But everything's very carefully thought out. Why am I doing that? Why am I yielding? What is the benefit of that? Okay, so look at this. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using lanza to guide the force away, the energy away from me. Because it's coming towards my center line. Right? I'm doing this. And see, it's coming here. If I don't do anything, this is what happens. So halfway through, I turn into lanza. Right? I can choose to stay there, or I can proceed to attack. Right? So that is really the future fighting concept. Right there. Right? Okay, I'm going one, and I know I can come back again. Right? So that's the future fighting concept right there. It's like a chess game. You are 3 steps ahead. Because every action will get a reaction. And I know what the reaction is going to be. Right? For people who are not confident at Chi-Sao, they will oppose you right away. Right? They will go immediately try to push back, and then you just go to Bangsa. Right? See, Hansa. Right? Hansa, he pushes back, Bangsa. Back. Hansa says, oh, I'm vulnerable. Bangsa. Bangsa. Right? And this is the reason why Hansa, Chi-Sao is so good. It allows you to quickly change. Right? Hansa. Bangsa. Hansa. Hansa. See, on my way in, Bangsa. Hansa. Bangsa. Hansa. Bangsa. Okay? I want you to experience it. Okay? Yes. Right, because I panicked as you try to open my center line up. I said, no, I'm going to come back center line. Right? And you say, okay, I'm just going to move to the next one. See, it's the genius of the nun. If this doesn't work, I'll go into this. If this doesn't work, I'll go into this. This is back and forth, okay? Right. Yeah, yes. Mm-hmm. See how? Panic. So when someone's panicking, he overreacts. Oh, it's coming in. Yeah, all right. Yes. Right there on the bottom. Mm-hmm. 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 Because we're taught to always maintain our center line, guard our center line. So when your arms are away from the center line, the best thing to do is just come back. You don't have to force it. Okay? You move, yeah, you come in, I just stay in the center line, forcing you to go back. Alright? Or, yes! Okay? Depend on the level of skills and experience. Okay? Everything is built on the previous experience. So if I can do this, as my center line is exposed, I can either regain control, right? It's very basic, right? Just regain control. So I can build on that. Next one, I can turn that into an attack. Yeah. So basically, I'm forcing you to turn into a bounce out or line style. So when I do that, see how you can turn the bomb cell into a line cell and guide my energy away to expose the target field. Let's go side first. Right, you see now you have the advantage. You guys see? Okay? Most people teach this as a technique. But to us, it's all about applying concepts. So let's look at this very carefully. You see the elbow, the joint concept being applied here. Okay? So here on the top. Okay? So now here, you guide me away. You're using elbow joint to control me, and then the wrist joint to attack me. And the hand happens to be attached to the wrist. See? Okay. The same concept can be done. An attack is an attack is attack. If you can attack with your hand, you can also attack with your joint, with your elbow. Okay? So I'm doing you. I'm attacking you with my elbow. Okay? So whether I'm using attacking with your hand or attacking with elbow. So eventually, from this as our basis, we can get into blocking and throwing by using the elbow as well. Because eventually we like this. And I'm just replacing my hand with my elbow, that's all. Okay? See how the joint concept you can apply here? Alright, so the other side. I'm maintaining. Right. You see? I'm in a state of failing. Okay? Right, that's it. Yes, this side. Mm-hmm. Okay? All right, so that is you on the bottom by using Chi-Sao. Okay, just jump forward very quickly. Remember, when you're in Chi-Sao, I can control the elbow, I can control the wrist. Okay, so I can apply that in this case. Remember, so in Chi-Sao, there are no techniques, quote unquote, that cannot be defended against. If you know the concept, rather than, okay, this is a technique, secret technique that someone, like master taught me. No one can defend against. It's impossible. So as you throw in the joint, okay? Because I'm looking at your Chi-Sao, I'm on top, I'm looking at your Chi-Sao. No matter what you do, if you're in Chi-Sao, whether you push to the side, I can control it. Okay, push to the side, I can control it. If you know the concept, otherwise, how do I deal with that? It's not about how do you deal with one particular technique. It's about, do you understand the concept? When you're on top, no matter what he does, if he's in Chi-Sao, whether Chi-Sao in a defensive way or offensive way, you can control the wrist and the elbow. Okay? So that's very powerful. So no one can say, I have a secret technique and no one can defeat. It's impossible. Right? Okay. The only difference is, rather than your partner being a cooperative partner, letting you control, he's actually actively attacking you. Because this, simply rolling, is no different from this. So, yeah, if you can turn your Chi-Sao sideways and coming in, I can control. Or same thing, sideways, and then I can control. Okay, so you experience that, okay? So you're on top. Remember, the person on top is looking for the person on the bottom's Chi-Sao and Bong-Sao. So in Chi-Sao, yeah, I'm coming to get you. You just got away, right? Same thing in Chi-Sao. Wrist. On Chi-Sao, elbow. See, I'm coming to get you. Mm-hmm. Try attacking the wrist. Controlling the wrist as I come in. I'm coming in. Right. Okay. So that can be done proactive or reactive. Reactive it means you're reacting to someone's attack. Proactive is you are doing it before he does anything. Right? So we're just rolling, right? So you're rolling, so I can control you as we're rolling. I can control you as I'm rolling. But now when you're attacking, I can control as you're attacking. I can control it. See? Alright, so this one is fine. Same thing. Control my wrist when I'm attacking, okay? I control my elbow as I'm attacking. No, random. Good. Okay, very good. Next one is when you're on the bottom, you're going to be using Bong-Sao to control my wrist. Right? Which is really a Lan-Sao. Tan, yes. And back to Tan-Sao. Tan, Bong, yes. Right. Tan, Bong, back to rolling. Tan, Bong, back to rolling. Tan, Bong, back to rolling. Right? So you are controlling the right now everything is about controlling the wrist and the elbow. On the bottom you can control the Chi-Sao control the wrist with your Chi-Sao. And we just did controlling the wrist with Bong-Sao. What's next? Controlling the elbow when you're in Chi-Sao, right? Or controlling the elbow when you're in Chi-Sao, which is this one. Okay, Chi-Sao means just simply like this, pushing it. Remember, when you control the wrist, control the elbow, you control all three joints. Okay? Like this. Chi-Sao. Chi-Sao. Chi-Sao and Chi-Sao. It's the same thing as you did before. Like this, yeah? Either when you're on the outside or on the inside. It's that simple. On the inside, on the outside. Right? So you're right here, see? I'm on the inside, same thing. Bong, tan, bong. Tan, bong, tan, bong. Okay? Same thing here, right here, same thing. Rather than here, controlling the elbow, controlling the wrist and the elbow. Okay? So you're going to use tons of control of the elbow. Right. Yeah? Yeah. You see, it's just how your mind is oriented. Because thinking and acting go together. If you think wrist, then it's wrist. Think elbow, it's elbow. Okay? Wrist. Elbow. Right. Wrist. Elbow. Same thing. Wrist. Elbow. Elbow. Wrist. Wrist. Elbow. That's it. Yeah. So when you're here, you're using tan, so when you're this, you're using big. Tan, bong. Tan, bong. So you can roll, okay? See, this is the genius of the nun. All you're doing is doing tan and bong sao. The tan and bong sao all of a sudden becomes defensive and offensive, right? So you have so much to, even though we're just doing tan and bong sao, but it's so rich and so deep. You can do this, you can write a thesis on this, like a 100-page thesis on the variations. Okay, just from being neutral. Okay? I'm not about it. Be neutral. What I'm thinking is this very subtle and pliable energy towards the center line of my partner. Okay, now all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to go into defending or controlling the wrist. Okay, same thing. I'm going to control the wrist. I'm going to control the elbow. Okay, I'm going to control the elbow. So it becomes wrist, elbow and elbow, or wrist, wrist. Okay, that's only one way. And the other, we're going to discuss this next time. Next time will be this way. So you can control by this way and this way. All we're doing is what? Chi-Sao, Bang-Sao. See how fascinating that is? The rolling itself is defensive or controlling. Okay? Defending, okay? Controlling and controlling. Especially he has a very strong forward energy. Right? He's pushing towards me. See? I need to go this way, I need to go that way. See? Strong energy towards me. Strong energy towards me. Right? As soon as I feel you push, I move. Right? Okay? So eventually it becomes this. Right? Good deal, man.